because mining, you're just changing the perception, the top of mind awareness of you think mining, I think negative. But if you say resources, it's a positive. So little shifts like that, I think, can go a long way. Using different imagery in, on the websites, on advertisements, etc., and showing, the wind farms, showing the solar farm, showing the cell phones, showing the Tesla, or any electric vehicle. The little things like,
Chile is actually a very pleasant place to be a geologist, and obviously, being able to walk over the rocks and see the outcrop, identify the rocks on the surface, and even see copper mineralization outcropping. It is a fantastic place to be. With that sort of topography, fairly flat. 12-month access to the site. That means we can do geophysics, we can do geochemistry whenever we like, and obviously we can bring the drill rigs into the site 12 months a year.
From demand, it's become very clear that nuclear has to be a part of the base load power. If you want clean energy, you can't do it with renewables alone, and certainly if you want it to be commercially viable, you can't do it with renewables. Renewables are actually more expensive if you account for the other power source that you need, or the batteries that you need when the sun is not shining and the wind is not blowing. Then nuclear assets are long life assets.
And I suppose one of the challenges is, there's a lot of people in the industry have been around and they've got to retirement age now, and they're all being encouraged to keep working because there's so many opportunities for people in this industry. So, if anyone's a young person watching today and looking at sort of getting into the mining industry in Australia, or, I know a lot of young geos come out of the UK. Australia is a great place to come and build a career and lifetime of work around our industry. So, overall, it's very positive.
But if the economic collapse has meant that organisation that the paper's attached to is no longer viable, then the question is, what's the value of that piece of paper? So I personally, I do get involved in paper gold, but that tends to be more through equities. But I like to have some physical gold because I just feel it's more real. And there's a lot more paper gold than physical gold. So for me, I like to have some physical, which I think is important.
The scale of the project and emplacement is fantastic. The other thing that sets us apart from a lot of the projects nearby in the Walker Lane trend is the fact that we're permitted. We're already permitted to start mining. So we're permitted. We have a plant, a functioning plant. And actually, we were pouring gold this year from the residual heap leach operations that have taken place. So we've got permitting, we've got a plant, which means we've already sunk the capital and we've taken a lot of the construction risk out of the project.
The interesting thing with the spodumene present in the pegmatite, it is a visual indicator as well. So when we take the core out, we're diamond drilling. When we take the core out, visually we can see what the ground looks like. And we're, as I said to you earlier, Rob, we are encouraged rather than discouraged with what we see. But obviously the truth will come out when we get the assays and we can be much more definitive. But yeah, it looks as though the knowledge that we gained from the first drilling program, we are enhancing, building on, getting more detail, and I'm pretty sure we're on the right track. But, Rome wasn't built in a day.
And so in terms of net positive outcomes, the mineral industry is the most significantly net positive industry on the face of the planet when you look at how much we shrink human footprint. Nobody knows that, and we don't tell anybody that. So that's important, and we make everything else work, whether it's purifying water, providing medicines for health, all those things. On the other side, we could do what we do better.
I do believe, though, that I was able to speak up, and for some reason I never hesitated. So I actually took the risk. I was willing to take the risk of speaking up, of failing, and of getting up and trying again, of saying, I don't know, I don't understand, of asking for help. And I think with that, I saw my male colleagues actually want to help and support.